Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Is silver a bad investment? That's what you guys clicked on the video to know, and I'm going to share my opinion. Now, any investment can go wrong or right. You can be a successful investor or you can lose a lot of money. That's with any investment. That's with any asset. That's with anything, right? There's a wrong way and a right way to do most things, or a safer or less safe way, a riskier way, right? Well, silver has an interesting beneficial aspect to it because it still is money regardless. So even if you are transferring or spending money to buy silver, at least that has value within itself, unlike shoes, cars, etc. So silver at least is has the one up on most other things. Now you can still make bad choices when you're stacking silver. I mean, there's impulse buying and there's panic selling, and there's definitely time frames when there's a right time to buy, a right time to sell, and a right time to hold, and a right time to trade. The whole point of my channel is to try to educate you guys on when to see that or when to take those opportunities. So, silver isn't a bad investment in my opinion, and I'm not trying to be a silver pumper. I'm not trying to say buy silver because it's going to explode to $1,000 and the dollar's crashing and you're going to be in a SHTF scenario. No, I'm not a doom YouTube channel. I just educate the masses or my subscribers, my viewers, my audience on the beneficial properties that silver has, and I share my opinion on where the price is headed from economic standpoint, along with chart analytical or chart analysis of it as well. So, to give more context, silver can be a risky investment when you are investing into certain types of silver, right? There's so many different types of silver out there. There's high premium silver, there's numismatics, there's slab coins, there's poured silver, there's constitutional silver, which is junk silver, there's generic silver, and not every one of those might fit your needs. Not every one of those are going to be the best investment for you. Silver stacking is a very individual type of investment, meaning what works for me, the silver that I buy, might not be the best silver for you to buy, because maybe I have a longer end game. Maybe I'm not planning on selling for 20 years when you might be planning on selling in 5 years. So maybe it would be smarter for you to be buying some semi-numismatics that can in return gain quicker, profits, apart from me buying bullion because I'm buying it mainly off silver spot price rising over 20 years because I have a different exit strategy, a different game plan. Maybe I have a different financial situation than you. Maybe you have more money than I do. Maybe I have more money than you do. And that could also entail which types of silver is smarter. So, it really does matter. A lot of times when you see people upset or that have a grudge or regrets or any type of bad perspective on precious metals, usually they were in metals and they bought it with the wrong mind frame, for the wrong reasons, or they sold it when they shouldn't have, and then they have regrets, and in return they reflect that into the precious metals community. Or it's just someone who doesn't believe in it at all from, the masses of being pegged to the dollar. Now, the dollar is crashing regardless. I don't care who says what. We are $24 trillion in debt. That's a known fact. USDebtClock.org shows that, and there needs to, if you want to secure your money, secure your funds, precious metals is, and this is a fact too, the safest way to hedge against inflation. No other investment is safer than precious metals. That's why it's called a safe haven asset. That's why anytime something bad's happening in the economy, precious metals rise, because people know this, right? It's just the time to invest is always towards economic fear for those people and not when things are going good. So what is it going to take for people to see precious metals as an investment regardless of the state of the economy? That's what I'm waiting for. I was also going over yesterday about silver manipulation a lot, talking about how silver spoofing is controlling, manipulating the markets, and people probably don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. These markets are being controlled to some degree. Now, to what degree? That's the big question. We don't know to what degree prices are being manipulated. We know that it's in a bubble, and that could be unattractive to some people. But the reality is, gold and silver still is the safest investment, regardless, right? So, I'm curious to think, if you're a newcomer into the world of precious metals and you see silver and gold, would it be attractive to you or would it seem risky? Now compare that to stocks. Let's break this down. If I'm looking at stock markets, it's a much quicker market. You have to keep up to date on a daily basis. The exchanges are a little trickier to use. You are investing into something digitally, and the time span of these companies going out of business or running down or fluctuating, a lot of high volatility in stocks, is much greater. Precious metals is a slower market. You get to hold the coins in your own hand. It's money within itself because there's intrinsic value, and silver's always been deemed valuable for 6,000 years. It's not like silver goes out of business like companies do. So hopefully you can see that silver is much safer, and it makes much more sense for a beginner into the investing world to find silver. Now you can diversify. Diversification is always welcomed. If you have all your eggs in one basket and that basket drops, all your eggs are broken. If you have a whole bunch of eggs in a whole bunch of different baskets, if one of those baskets drops, you still have a whole bunch of eggs in other baskets. See, that's why diversification into gold, into different types of silver, maybe into stocks like me myself, maybe into real estate like I'm planning on in the future, cryptocurrency. There's many other options, and diversifying, planting little seeds and letting your wealth blossom is definitely a very smart strategy. But silver should definitely be a foundation to start off of. That's the first seed to plant, to branch out. Now, before that, actually, you should be saving money, and that's also where a lot of this resentment comes from in the silver stacking world, is people didn't save money. They have all their money in precious metals. I'm talking about all their money in precious metals. Spending most of your paycheck on silver because you're afraid the price is going to be skyrocketing overnight and you're going to miss out. So then an emergency happens, like a medical bill, your car breaks down or something, and you don't have money to pay for it. See, the dollar is crashing, but it's still the most liquid asset. You still need the dollar on a day-to-day basis to survive, for food, water, and shelter. So you still need to be keeping your money, a lot of your money, in fiat. You never want to start investing before you already have money invested. And you don't never want to invest as much as you're willing to lose. And you also should buy what you like, because at the end of the day, if you're buying what you like, you'll never go wrong. And this is experience. This is me talking about my past experiences, because I've done all of these things before. I've impulsively bought a lot of silver. I've panic sold silver before. I've spent all my paychecks on silver in the beginning because silver is extremely addictive, and I've learned the hard way. And a lot of times it does take learning from your mistakes. If you learn from your mistakes, trust me, always positive. Positivity will start arising, because that means there's never a negative consequence. It's only a learning opportunity. So you're growing from every single situation, and that's how you become more experienced, a more weathered stacker. So just to recap a little bit, silver can be risky. I don't think it's a bad investment. I think it's a good investment, especially for beginners, someone who wants to hedge against inflation and take control of their financial future. The end game is financial freedom, and that is what silver can offer. Listen, I haven't even talked about the reasons why silver has potential in this video. Hopefully you know some of these. Maybe if not, check out some other videos. I'm just talking about from a fundamental standpoint if silver is a bad investment, because I have read comments, I've seen articles where people do have a negative outlook on precious metals, and I definitely think it's just from, a lack of experience, or a bad experience from either selling themselves short and regretting it, or having so much fear or faith into the dollar that they're afraid to branch off. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to smash the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe if you're new because I do post daily videos. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.